beautiful morning in London, and today I'm very fortunate in so many ways because I'm sitting down with one of my closest friends for over 30 years. She's a neuroscientist, a mom, a fierce female entrepreneur, and I cannot wait to tell you all about her. But the stage is hers. So please, Agnieszka, tell us about you, who you are, and what do you do?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. And you are absolutely right, Eva. We've known each other now for 30 years. And somebody who works for you said something so beautiful. It's all about longevity, not in terms of how we live long, but also longevity of friendship. So thank you so much for having me. So yes, I am a neuroscientist. Yes, I'm a mother of 2 children. And I am now doing my PhD at University of Edinburgh. And I thought I will outsource a little bit. So I am doing a PhD at a department that is very close to my heart, and it is health in social science. For the first time, I wanted to look at why people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Is there a reason why people are not entering the right therapies? And I wanted to know the human experience and the reason why not. We already know the science. And I wanted to know what's stopping us. So I have 18 months to go, and I'm very excited. I have amazing supervisions from university, and I'm a therapist, so I love basically seeing people, touching people, and giving a tiny bits of information what can be done to improve.
So I always love that we met as students and she's still a student.
Yes.
But the type of knowledge that she has been enhancing over the years. You're also not just a neuroscientist, you're also a nutritionist.
Yes, I am certified nutritional therapist. Because neuroscience, if you study neuroscience, it's at the Department of Health and Psychiatry. So when I did my clinical research and clinical experience, I was very much interested why people who are not well, from mental point of view, why we're not looking at their diet. We constantly hear, especially in cardiovascular issues, let's change our experience with food because it's all about cholesterol and so on. So then I was very interested why we're not looking at minds, why we're not feeding our brain. So because the way we feed our brain is very different than the way we feed our body. And I was very much introduced and inspired by Dr. Masconi, and she is a neuroscientist and she's also a nutritional therapist. So I thought it has to be something in there.
And Agnieszka has been giving me tips about feeding my brain continuously, and we're going to get to that at some point. I guess we kind of touched upon this. What inspired your current career choice?
It's actually a little bit sad story. My grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer, and then my mom's sister had an early diagnosis as well. And I watched those 2 very fierce women who were very intelligent, had their own businesses, both my grandmother and my auntie. And when they were diagnosed with dementia, suddenly, obviously, their life has changed. But then I look at their carers, non-paid, without any training carers. So I'm talking about my mother who was looking after her mother. I look at my cousin, male cousin, who was looking after his mother. And I realized there's no support for them. So I felt clueless. I felt hopeless. And I realized, what is prevention against dementia? What is also, how can we help the carers, normal people without any training? And I realized I need to study that. I need to study why our brains are the way they are and why. And I was just very curious. So I thought, yes, my family had 2 women who had Alzheimer and died, but I wanted to know something about it. So I said to my husband I was in my 40s already, and I said, I'm going to do it. And it was hard. It was really hard because when you're a mother and when you are in your 40s, it's difficult to go back to university. And I thought I have to do it. And obviously I didn't just do 1 degree. I've decided to do 2 at the same time.
What are the degrees?
So I did neuroscience and psychology of mental health. So there were 2 already in 1. And then I did nutrition therapy at the same time. So I went from one school to another school. It was non-stop.
The core of what you do is prevention.
Yes.
Helping people in the future to actually delay or avoid dementia.
Correct.
And teaching them how to implement specific scientific ways of manipulating their brain.
Yes.
Am I saying it correct?
Correct. I mean, you should be my PR. Correct. Yes.
Yes, I just wanted for people to understand that we are talking about skincare and taking care of your skin and overall health. But there's also, I feel like the brain is being neglected. And this is a science that you're very deeply involved in.
Yes. I think when I look at cardiovascular diseases, each government, at least I'm talking about European Union countries, and obviously UK and in US, it's a huge emphasis how to look after your heart. Also with your teeth. We all know now, let's brush our teeth, so therefore we have no cavities. So how about our brain health? How about anxiety? How about depression? How about dementia? So what can we do to look after our well-being? So this is my core. I would like to know, and that's what I teach now, how to prevent, how to delay any form of dementia, and also how to support anxiety and depression. And it's well-being, and it doesn't matter what's your age.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. It applies to everyone. Of course, people that are in a stage where they're close to developing dementia, it's much more important.
Yes.
But I think for all of us, there are practical things that we can do to prevent.
Correct. And I think a lot of people think, I'm talking about general public, when you think about dementia or depression or anxiety, there is no age attached to it. It takes at least 10 to 20 years to develop any form of dementia. And you could be depressed age of 5 years old. You don't have to be 70. You don't have to be 80. So therefore, we have to look after our brain in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s, and our 50s, especially as women. So we go through cycle. Your brain and your brain health depends on your hormones. So when you get your first period, you could be 10, you could be 13, or you could be 15. Then in your 20s, you change again, and your brain grows up to age of 25, and neurons are being produced up to the age of 100, let's say. But in your 30s, your brain will change because of your pregnancy. So then you need 2 years for your brain to go back to the original stage. Then age of 40 to 50, you might be pre-menopause, then you have a menopause, your brain changes as well, your hormones drop, therefore your brain might start shrinking. That's a huge risk of developing dementia as well. And that information is not very much available. It should be, I always say, it should be on the buses.
Well, I've been through all these stages and I had no idea as I was going through them.
Yes.
I want to ask you what happens at the brain after 50, but we're going to follow these questions first.
Yes.
What is something you wish more people would know about you professionally?
I'm not perfectionist. I think this is because in general people think neuroscientists, you must plan everything accordingly. I don't. I believe you can be a free spirit, and I think I am a free spirit. I just want to wake up and be happy, and I don't believe in perfection, because then nothing is going to be done. Yes, of course, in the lab, you have to be very precise. You have to repeat the same experiment over and over the same. But I am now outside of the lab, so therefore I could be spontaneous.
I can testify to that. I've seen you being spontaneous
Yes.
and happy on many occasions where it's far away from perfection. Well, this is a bit of a tricky question. How did you discover 111 Skin?
Well, as we already said, we met each other 31 years ago. I'm revealing my age here. I'm 50 next week, so there we go. So I knew how you started the company from the beginning. And obviously I have met you, and then I've met your amazing husband. And I've seen how your dream became reality. So as a friend, I always supported you. But as a scientist, I am trained to look beyond marketing. And what I loved about 111 Skin was the fact that you use newest research. And obviously you you understood skin the way I do understand skin. And I'm just going to clarify something. Skin and brain originally are made from the same layer. Later on, they are split. But from biological point of view, skin and brain, they are twins. They grow up together and they communicate every day. The communication between skin that has lots of nerves sends the information to your brain, because skin is your biggest organ, is the biggest sensory organ that sends information to your brain. And in your product, you use components that communicate with through skin to the brain instantly, and that's what I love.
And there's a lot more that can be developed there. So watch this space. It's something you have accomplished that you're most proud of. It can be personal or professional.
I think I'm the most proud of my community in terms of people that follow me, obviously, on Instagram, that they love to learn more about brain and brain health. But also my community in my little town up north in Scotland that I'm building at the moment, and everyone is very eager. People would like to participate, and I just love community. I love people. Without people, I wouldn't know anything about brain. I wouldn't know anything about skin. I think it's human connection.
And I have to say that your community is so authentic, because I've seen it growing from a few thousand followers to 200, 300,000 followers in no time, but they're real dedicated followers. And you're not boosting, you're not marketing, you're just yourself sharing tips and ideas how to enhance your life.
Yes, it's still
the
me.
Most authentic community anyone can wish for.
Yes, I was asked about a month ago, can we have you and your team, and can you give us tips how you do it? And I said, yes, it's me and me and my hands.
Me, myself, and I.
Exactly.
So it's possible to create a super authentic community without trying, just being authentic, and you're a perfect example of that.
I think you just have to be, as I was saying, I'm not perfectionist, but if I read a study that day and I try to break studies from, obviously, in the simplest way from scientific point of view. So if I read something amazing, but then I have friends of mine who say, I read the study, but what the study does to me? What's
the benefit?
What's the benefit? Yeah. So I always break the study. That's the study, that's the message, and let's say what we can do. Those tiny, tiny things, tiny rituals.
And our mind, it takes information in small doses, and I like how you break it down in a very simple way, but it's very valuable information.
Thank you.
This doesn't apply to me, but what is something that people would be surprised to learn about you, apart from you not being a perfectionist?
I wake up in the morning and I don't use my phone the first 30 minutes.
So many of us say we do that, but we don't.
I do. I have a clock. I have an alarm. I put my phone outside of my room. I have an alarm. And the first 30 seconds, it's my routine. So 30 seconds, I wake up, I look at the sun, I look at the sky, I have 3 long breaths, and then it's my morning routine. So it sets the tone of my cognitive health, cognitive message through the day. I set the tone in the morning.
You have taught me to walk in the park with no glasses and kind of be exposed to the light, to the daylight in the morning.
Yes, because now we know that even your brain, it's always dark in your brain when you think of it, because you have your skull, and then you need your eyes to let the sun in to wake up your brain. And now we know there are receptors for sun in your brain, so we need the reflection, we need the sun.
So would you suggest, as soon as you wake up, even before you brush your teeth, if you have a chance to go and have some daylight exposure?
So wake up, open your curtains. And even if it's very foggy day, we live in London, we know how it is, and I spend so much time in Scotland, it doesn't matter. Just open your curtains and have 30 seconds, which means about 3 breaths, and just let the sun hit your face.
And then go see your phone.
And then go.
If you cannot help it. If you cannot do 30 minutes, at least 30 seconds. I will be implementing this. What is one piece of advice you would give your younger self?
That's a good one. It's a little bit sad element to it. When I was 15, my father died in a terrible accident, and I was suddenly left completely alone, growing up in Eastern Europe, and I didn't give myself enough rest, and I continue doing the same mistake. I don't rest enough. So one advice I will give myself: to trust my nervous system and rest.
I love this advice. There's nothing more to elaborate on this. I think it's very clear. And rest can be 5 minutes, can be
Yes.
days, can be weeks if needed.
Yes, and I think we have a tendency to overcompensate a lot of things, and we, as a society, we think we need to buy stuff. Yes, we need tools, but sometimes give time to yourself, rest. Really, as you said, 5 minutes, give yourself, and really listen to yourself, listen to your body, because we have as I said, tendency to buy tools and so on. However, don't outsource your power. You learn about yourself. This is your power. Listen to your nervous system. If you need to sleep, sleep. If you have anxiety attack, go outside. Have a few breaths. This is your power. Your breath. We underestimate what we can do.
And what is the best rest, or you follow your own intuition and advice? So if it's walking in the park, for example, recharging, or if you feel tired, you're sleeping, rest can be many different forms and shapes.
Yes. So for example, when we sleep, just to kind of clarify it from neuroscience perspective, sleep is not rest. Sleep actually restore your memory. During sleep, your body reorganizes its all systems. So when we sleep, we actually fix our body. We're not just resting. Your brain looks at memories, it's consolidation of your memory. If you learn something that day, it needs to go to the right files. In the middle of the night, your lymphatic system, it's a system that clears your brain from, I call it sewage system. So it only works at night. So therefore, my rest is not necessarily sleep. My rest would be listen to your own body, what my nervous system told me. If you need a walk, as you said, go for a walk. But if you need to scream, go next door and just scream. If you need to physically stamp your feet, it's your cortisol. You need to listen to it. Or if you need to dance as you do on Saturdays.
I think this is definitely my active rest, if this can be used as a word. I love the,
Yes, physical
it rests
activity.
my mind, but at the same time energizes me.
Physical activity improves, it's called BDNF, which is a molecule that supports your brain. It's almost like your fertilizer. We can only produce it when we move. That's the biggest. So I always say move. I don't care what it is, but make movements, walking, running, even little sit-ups, whatever it is, just add it. And that's why the little movements with my hands or the eyes I do.
We're gonna get to this. I actually started doing something interesting because I'm a runner, so I run all the time. But lately I've been feeling like walking instead of running. So I guess that's listening to my body. I just don't want to go this extra step and just...
Yes, I think this is exactly what I said. What I meant, my advice to myself in the past, I felt doing more meant I'm achieving success. Now I wish I could go back and simplify everything. I had a tendency, I'm the oldest in my family and I have much younger brother. So when my father died, I felt I had to look after my brother. I felt I had to look after my mother. I felt I had to take all of it. Then I thought I had to study, then I have to make everything perfect. And then in the end, nothing was done for myself. So I think now I know how to listen to myself. In the past, I didn't. So if you feel the overrunning your body by running, maybe it's too much. So once again, let's listen to ourselves. Check. And that's why one of the tools, I think you have that question, so I'm not going to answer. You have to listen to your body.
And this is, I'm already 50. I think around this age, you start to analyze a lot of things about your life. And these are very, very valuable advices. I think there's one product you cannot live without. Do
Yes.
we know what it is?
Yes,
Can you
well,
narrow it down to one,
yes,
or is it more?
Well, actually, I have three. Of course, I couldn't have one. But number one, it's something very simple. Actually, you have it in your calendar. So I was extremely pleased. So this is very simple. It's gua sha. And I know millions of people know about gua sha, but it's incredible tool. It's flat. It's easy. You can look at your lymphatic system. It's fantastic. Number two, it's that little thing.
I want to know more.
Okay, so it's when you touch it, now, have a look. It's tough,
Hard.
yes, hard. So you're supposed to make it wet. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see.
For how long?
Few minutes, but obviously this is not very full glass, so it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So it's a sponge. It's natural. Perfect. And it's something, okay, then it becomes very soft.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It is very soft. It's like a mushroom.
It's like a mushroom, exactly. So I love this because it has very similar effect as gua sha, but gua sha is hard. This is soft and it supports your lymphatic, therefore lymphatic drainage for your brain. And I just use it on my face to move the lymph.
Oh.
And it's very simple. It's extremely inexpensive. It's natural. It's made out of sponge and also black, I think, ash.
Wow.
And
Okay.
my son uses this. My daughter is using it.
Okay, my family is going to be using it from tonight.
It's fantastic. And I always have essential oils.
Which we used 5 minutes before this.
Yes, always.
And the gua sha, you're going to show us how to use it
So,
at the end.
Yes, I can.
Describe 101 Skin in 3 words.
Gosh, I wish I could have 10. Okay, that's going to be... First of all, restorative, intelligent, and caring.
Spoken like a true scientist and a friend. Love it. Can you give us 3 simple tips we can do daily to enhance our brains?
So I think I mentioned it before, no telephones when you wake up. Give yourself seriously 30 to 60 seconds. Look through the window for the sun exposure. Then number 2, have one exercise which is eye movement without even doing anything. You will just look to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, up, down, up, down. You are setting your nervous system for the day. It's all about making sure your nervous system feels safe. It's all about sensory movements and physical movements. So I use eyes, I use all the senses. So eyes, smell, hearing, and taste. Well, obviously we have lots of senses, so I'm using few. But number 1, look at the window. Number 2, don't use your phone. And number 3, make sure you move your eyes.
For how long you do the eye movement?
60 seconds.
And
But you're not moving your head.
Just the eye.
You're sitting still, and you look up, down, left, right, up, down,
Wow, this is hard.
It's hard. And when I tell people do it for 1 minute, the first few weeks people cannot last a minute.
Yeah, because I feel like it's physical exercise.
It is. And your eyes are your brain. Your eyes are physically attached to your brain. It's part of your brain. And we don't look after our eyes. I see it also constantly. We are too much on our phones. The position of the head is incorrect. We have exposure to the blue light. It's just too much. It's constant. So we have to look after our eyes, all of our senses.
I hope after today, we are going to be looking after our eyes, after our brain, because we all do some kind of physical workout. We do, hopefully beautiful skincare, but it's these enhancements which are just as important, maybe more important.
Yes, but also skincare. As I said, your skin has millions of nerves.
Receptors, yeah.
Correct. So all that information is sensory information. The way you touch your skin is sent to your brain. This is how your brain knows its temperature. How do you know what's the temperature outside? It's through your skin.
But also, it's very interesting because I try to do this whenever I apply skincare. I tend to engage my brain as well in a more emotional way because I talk to myself and I give myself some affirmations.
Perfect.
But this is doing it on a superficial level because it works on a scientific level.
Very much
Everything is connected.
Yes, and like I said, skin and brain originally, when you make a baby, it comes from the same cloth, your brain and your skin, and then so there are siblings, and then they are split to do other things. So your skin communicates with your brain all the time, then day and night.
And when you apply skincare, you can enhance the experience with tools and affirmations.
Yes.
Is there anything else that we're missing?
So I think it's the way you apply. The way I believe this is the sequence that will work the best. So you activate your collarbones. So before you even put your cream, just touch your collarbones very gently, because that's a nervous system. Your lymphatic system is just in your skin. So very gently. That's when you can already take your serum, put it flat on your hands. Very gently, you put it down. Then 2 fingers behind your ears, 2 fingers in front, very gently, arms down. So once again, relax. You go up and down, and that's when you put the rest of your serum on your face, under your eyes. But before I will do under my eyes, I will tap my lymph nodes in my armpits, because everything above your eyes and below drains to your armpits.
Here we go. And that's
it.
Less than 60 seconds.
Yes.
We've done the steps. We're going to put it into a routine for everybody to see it.
Yes.
Okay, question 11. What is one thing that makes you stronger?
Self-observation. You have to know your body. If you don't know your body, once again, you outsource your power to somebody else's. I love doctors, by the way. Fantastic. I'm so pleased we have doctors, and I love your husband. But we're supposed to know ourselves. So if your lymph nodes are enlarged, notice yourself. When you touch your skin, the good thing about skin is you see your pimple immediately, but maybe touch your skin before you even see that pimple. So once again, self-observation. Learn your body, learn your own biology.
Everything is so simple with Agnieszka, but so deep.
Thank you.
Actually, I forgot one question. Favorite 111 Skin product?
So because I'm 50 and I know your products extremely well, and I've been using them from the beginning when you had no packaging yet.
Pots.
Yes, the little black
pots.
pots. I remember them, and I remember the smell, which is so much linked to your memory. But I've discovered a few years ago this amazing product of yours, and it is a retinol oil. It works magic for me because now I'm much more mature. I am 50 and I need to look after my skin. And as you know, I have no Botox, no fillers. So I exercise with my face. But retinol oil, I thought it was intelligent because you've done your research and you are extremely careful what you put in terms of your ingredients. And you know my skin, or all of our skin, is adaptable. And I discovered that, and I am in love. This is my favorite.
Thank you. This is a very sophisticated product. It's for real beauty connoisseurs because it's high percentage of retinol combined with other oils, which are offsetting the effects of retinol, but still working extremely hard on the skin.
Yeah. It does the magic.
And now this is the wild question. You can ask me. I asked you all these questions. Feel free to ask me anything you want.
So since I met you when you were 19, so I've seen a long journey. So I have a question. So what must have changed since you were 19? One belief that made you such an amazing leader at 111 Skin.
I would say definitely experiences. I've had a lot of positive, a lot of negative experiences, and I have found my voice through learning via difficult times. And I think it's very hard. As a 19-year-old, you think that life is hard and you go through this puberty. And both of us came from Eastern Europe and we were thrown in San Francisco and we thought life is difficult, but you're never prepared for the next 30, 40 years of your life and all the challenges that are going to come. So I think it's really now, it's understanding that it takes experience to gain knowledge. And it's the passage of time.
Beautifully said. Thank you.